Hello, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well. I'm your favorite physistic and YouTuber. My name is Sayyida Fatma Rizvi Tantana. And today, after a long time, I'm here to bring for you people another informative and exciting videos of physics, which is about capacitor and capacitance. Alright, before going towards the lecture, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and spread my videos worldwide. Okay, so we have heard about the term capacitor. Many of the people have heard about the term capacitor. That what is capacitor? Think about it. What is capacitor? Yes, the capacitors are used daily in our electric appliances like fans, like tube lights, like electric motors. Yes, why capacitors are used in electric appliances? Thus, just because the capacitors have the tendency to provide the electrical energy to these home appliances, home electrical appliances, right? Capacitors are used to store the amount of charge. Basically, capacitor is the device which is used to store the amount of charges, right? So today we are going to study about capacitor and capacitance in detail. So let's start. So what is capacitor? Ability of a device to store the charge is known as the capacitor. We have discussed before that capacitor has the ability to store the charge. So this device, particular device is known as the capacitor. Okay, let's come towards the construction of the capacitor. It consists of two metal plates separated by the insulator material, which is called the dielectric, right? Capacitor, what is capacitor? It consists of two metal plates, right, separated by insulated material, which is known as dielectric. So this is basically the construction of capacitor. So if there is no dielectric between the capacitors, no capacitor will work to store the charge. So basically, in order to store the charge in two metal plates, there requires a dielectric medium. If there is no dielectric medium, no charge will be stored in that metal plates, which are known as capacitors. So the capacitor is only made when the two metal plates are separated with the dielectric medium. Dielectric medium is compulsory in between the capacitors. Let us suppose that the capacitor is connected to a circuit and voltage is provided to the circuit. Okay, so we suppose that we perform the experiment that the capacitor is connected to the circuit and the voltage provided to the circuit. Okay, by the battery. So the electrons from one end of the metal plate will go towards another metal plate. Okay, so electron from one end of the metal plate of the capacitor will go towards the other metal plate. So the metal plate of the capacitor become, so one metal plate of the capacitor become positively charged and the other become negatively charged. So what happens that the battery provide voltage to the capacitor, and due to which the capacitor store electrical energy in the form of charges, right? So uh, the electrons from one plate of the metal through the conducting wires go towards the other end of the metal plate of the capacitor, right? So one end of the metal plate of the capacitor become positively charged and the other end of the metal plate of the capacitor become negatively charged, right? So here you can see the symbol of the capacitor. One metal plate is positively charged and the other is negatively charged, right? First one, the bigger one is positively charged and the smaller one is negatively charged and is represented by this symbol, right? And they are separated with the dielectric medium, which is the insulator. Suppose that the potential difference provided by the battery in the circuit is of 6 volt. So the same potential difference will be maintained between the capacitor metal plate which is also of 6 volt. So if the potential difference provided by the battery which is in the circuit is of 6 volt, so the same potential difference will be maintained between the metal plates of the capacitor which is also of 6 volt. In this case, no current will flow in the circuit. Let us suppose that the capacitor is connected to the circuit. Okay, we perform the same experiment. We suppose that the capacitor is connected to the circuit. Voltage V is provided by the battery to the circuit. So due to that voltage, the external electric field is created between the capacitors. So just because of that voltage which is provided by the battery in the circuit, the external electric field is created between the capacitors. An opposite electric field is created between the capacitors when the negative charge between the capacitors are pulled towards the positive plate of the capacitor, and positive charges are pulled towards the negative plate of the capacitor. So that electric field is called as the polarized electric field. So external electric field in apart from external electric field, there is an opposite electric field which is created between the capacitors when the negative charge in the dielectric are pulled towards the positive plate of the capacitor, and the negative charges are pulled toward the when the negative charges are pulled toward the positive plate of the capacitor and the positive charges are pulled towards the negative plate of the capacitor. So apart from external electric field, an opposite electric field is also created which is known as polarized electric field. So that the total electric field is equal to the external electric field minus polarized electric field, which is not equal to 0. So the external electric field is not equal to 0, and the external electric field so the total electric field is not equal to 0, and the total electric field is equal to external electric field minus polarized electric field. So the capacitance is given by the relation. What is the capacitance of the capacitor? Now we comes toward the capacitance. Capacitance is given by the relationship Q is directly proportional to V. It means the voltage, it depends upon the voltage, that how much voltage is provided by the battery so that the current is produced, and the current is stored in the current is produced, and the charge, basically the flow of the charges is known as current. So basically depend upon the voltage. The greater the voltage, the greater will be the charges produced. So the amount of the charge within the capacitor would be greater. The amount of storage in the circuit, if the capacitors are connected in the circuit, so if the voltage in the circuit is greater, the amount of charge storage will be greater. So basically Q is directly proportional to V. So directly proportional to V, as Q is directly proportional to V, so we put here the constant of proportionality which is known as the capacitance. Q is equal to CV. So C is equal to Q divided by V. It is given by the relation, capacitance is given by the relation C is equal to Q divided by V. So the capacitance unit is farad, and the charge unit is coulomb, and voltage unit is volt, right? So the SI unit of capacitance, System International Unit of Capacitance, is farad, named after an English physicist, Michael Faraday. A 1 farad capacitor, when charged with 1 coulomb of electrical charge, has a potential difference of 1 volt between its plates. Okay, listen once again. A 1 farad capacitor, when charged with 1 coulomb of electrical charge, Okay, when capacitors are charged with 1 coulomb of electrical charge, then has a potential of difference of 1 volt between its plates. The compulsory condition is that the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor is 1 volt, then it would be charged by 1 coulomb of electrical charge, then the unit of the capacitor become 1 farad. The reciprocal of the capacitance is called the uh, elastance. Okay, so the reciprocal of capacitance is called the elastance, right? So the capacitance C of the capacitance is denoted by C. The capacitance C of the capacitor is defined as the ratio of magnitude of charge on either conductor to the potential difference between the conductor. Okay, so the capacitance is given by, as I already told you, C is equal to Q divided by V. So in definition we say that the capacitance C of the capacitor is defined as the ratio of magnitude of charge on either conductor. Okay, ratio of magnitude of charges on conductor to the potential difference between the conductors. So the uses of the capacitors, where the capacitors are used, I told in the start of the video, the capacitors are used in everyday electrical appliances like fans, like tube lights, like electrical motors, etc. So this is the end of the topic, which is all about the capacitors and the capacitance. I hope that you people enjoyed the video, and keep liking, sharing, and share and subscribe to my channel, and see that video again and again, and spread my video worldwide, because it requires a lot of hard work to put efforts and to make a one video which is of physics, and it requires a lot of hard work. So stay tuned and like, share, and subscribe to my channel worldwide. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.